I'm Tim Wynn. I'm Director of Facilities Management at Western Washington University. I've been at the university for about 10 years now. I came in the summer of 2001, and I'm planning on retiring in July 29th of this year. I've enjoyed doing the construction on all of the communications building, the recreation center building, the AIC, the campus services facility. And the latest one that is not quite finished yet is Miller Hall. So I'm enjoying watching each one of those develop and come into fruition. I spent 30 years in the Army, primarily as an engineer with the various districts of the Army Corps of Engineers. So I got to serve in a lot of different places within the Army. I literally lived all over the world, but I was a little bit uneasy about the university culture when I came here. I didn't know how an ex-military officer would fit into the university culture. And it turns out that the job that I'm doing as Director of Facilities was almost identical to the job I was doing in the Army. So all I had to do was change my uniform. And one of the first things I did when I got here was I got money to take the ivy off of Old Main. That almost terminated my employment here. There was a lot of alumni that were really upset to think that the ivy was being taken off Old Main. But it died down immediately when they started visiting and they started seeing the really fantastic facades and detail of the Old Main building that were now revealed with the ivy off of it. And so I really like the Old Main Quad, looking at the Old Main building. It's just, for me as an engineer, facility manager, it's fantastic. If you went into Miller Hall prior to the renovation, I could get you lost in about 2 minutes. You wouldn't have any idea whether you were on the north side, the south side, in the basement, or the top floor. You had no idea where the heck you were. And it wasn't unusual to see students wandering around looking for things. There was even a rumor that a student was lost there time back in the 1940s and was still wandering around in there looking for their class. When there was a snow event, I would get up, chain up my car, and I would come in. I would usually be the first one on campus, other than the people that are here 24/7, you know, the police and the steam plant operators. And I would drive around first on the roads to see what condition the roads were in. And then I would get out and I'd walk the campus from one end to the other to see what the trafficability was. And invariably, regardless of which recommendation I made, it was wrong according to a certain portion of Western Washington University. And as a matter of fact, a very specific portion of Western Washington University, my daughter, was deeply upset at me whenever I made the decision that we still had to go forward with classes. The big projects that we're devoutly hoping that we get funding for is the renovation of Carver Gymnasium. We've been trying and trying, and the university has been trying and trying for literally decades to get money for that renovation. And it's desperately needed. The infrastructure, the plumbing, the electrical, is on its last legs, and actually is past its last legs. We have to do something with that building, and I'm hoping that the legislature gives us the funding to go forward with that. If they don't, I really don't know what we're going to be able to do. The thing that I believe was the most gratifying aspect of my job here was the people I got to work with, especially here in facilities management. This is a tremendously talented group of individuals back here, and they choose to work for Western because they like the job that they are doing. They like contributing to the mission of Western. And we are extraordinarily fortunate to have them, and I'm extraordinarily fortunate to have worked with them for 10 years.